It's Editing Monday! Welcome to the channel. Today we're gonna edit the photo that I shot last week, because last week we were in Goy and we were on the border of the French part and the Flemish part of Belgium, and we got a really beautiful sunset that evening. The composition on its own was not that strong, but the colors in the sky, they were amazing. And today we're gonna go into Lightroom and edit that photo. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is one of the pictures that I took at the beautiful sunset of that evening. The main subject was this little tree here in the middle of the frame, and also the cows make it a little bit more interesting. But further we have a little bit of leading lines here on the right side of the picture that leads our eye into the right part of the frame, but that's not actually where our eye should lead, but it should go to the sunset itself. I'm gonna bring down the highlights because the sunset was so beautiful and so much light that it overexposed our picture, so I can bring back a lot of those informations that were into the sky. I'm gonna open up the shadows because I want to see our foreground a little bit more. I'm gonna bump up the whites a little bit. I'm gonna push the Alt key or the Option key, and we're gonna move to the right till we're gonna start seeing a little bit of white spots or red spots and yellow, and we don't want that because if we see those spots, that means that it's over, that the whites are overexposed, so there's no information anymore in that part. Gonna do the same for the blacks, but we're gonna go the opposite way a little bit, but not too much because it crushes the blacks when we see those spots even on the white canvas. The clarity I always do a little bit minus because I like the softness in the picture, but it's something personal that you have to see if you like more clarity or not. But I don't. I always do vibrance around 20. Then I'm gonna bring down the contrast a little bit, something like that, and I want an overall a little bit more magenta, something like that, and a little bit more warmer. Gonna bring down the highlights a little bit more, something like that. When I was shooting this picture, I was doing a set of bracketing shots from 5 different exposures, so I could expose for the foreground or the foreground, and also for the sky to bring down the highlights and bring up the shadows. But in the end, I just went for one picture of those ones because the Nikon D7200 is so good that we can work with one image from that. Do we have to do noise reduction? No, not really. But you can see here on the trees we got some chromatic aberration, and we're gonna remove that chromatic aberration, and it's gone. I hope you can see this because the green and magenta is gone. I'm gonna put it back. Can you see this here on this tree? The green, and here the magenta or the pink. Now it's gone. And enable profile correction. What else am I gonna do? I'm gonna straighten this picture a little bit more. So I'm gonna go to the crop tool, the bubble level tool, and then I'm gonna click and draw a line, and that straightens our image like that. I'm gonna do a little bit of vignetting around the edges, something like that. Then I'm gonna press Q to see if we got some dust spots in our picture, but I guess it's gonna be a little bit difficult to see. Gonna visual spots, I'm gonna remove that, and I'm searching if I can see with my own eye if we have some dust spots in this picture, but I don't think so. Nope. I'm gonna press Q again, and then what I always do is a radial gradient, and I want to highlight a little bit of small pieces of the picture, something like that. Gonna take another one for this cow here, gonna do the same. A little bit here in the grass to make a little bit more, to break the light a little bit, because now the grass is lit everywhere the same. But if you're gonna use the gradient to give it a little bit more pop, so that the light is a little bit broken, the foreground is gonna look a little bit more interesting to the eye. Something like that. If we put it off and on, it's a little bit more interesting. Gonna see if we can use the color range tool, because the yellows are for me a little bit too much. I gotta go out of the way. Can I put it in? Yes. So we're gonna refine this mask, something like that, and just gonna bring down a smidge, not too much, something like that. And then I want to do a new one for the blues. I want to make the blues a little bit darker, so we have a bigger contrast with the sunset and the sky, the blue sky in this picture. Also just a little bit, not too much. It's all in the details, so you don't have to do a lot of it. So this is one of the pictures that is done. So this was a very quick editing from the previous video. If you didn't see it, you can watch it right here. If you like this editing, give it a thumbs up, click the subscribe button. I hope you learned something about this. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.